Hey girl, welcome to my channel. I'm Amber. Happy that you clicked on today's video because it is all about the basics and the beginning things that you need to know working with your cosmetics in your makeup bag. Everything from skin prep to a full beat of face, and this is the look that we're going to achieve today. So I'm going to give you all the inside scoops and tips. As retired as a makeup artist myself, I am looking forward to diving in really deep with you. This is going to be a whole series in the next several weeks that we are going to go ahead and embark on, and it is going to be really super epic. So this is coming from you, highly requested. So let's go ahead and get the face on together. So if you will, and if you want to, get your makeup bag out and let's get ready together. Come on, girl. We're going to start talking about skin prep and when it comes to taking care of your skin before you start any makeup. So I love to wash my face with several different products, depends on what's in my bathroom or what my face is doing. But just a second ago I went in with the Tula cleanser and actually have two of these large bottles, so I'm going to use this until it's gone and then switch out another like really clean soft cleanser. This one doesn't strip my skin really bad, but it definitely leaves me on the drier side after it, but my skin is very dry. So when you are prepping your skin for makeup, you have to really cater to what your face needs. So the Ordinary cleanser's really great. We have that in the home as well. But then I love the True Botanicals cleansing balm. This one's a really good one. And it has turmeric in it, which smells awesome. And there's just so many wonderful benefits to it. I typically use this when I'm washing off a full face of makeup though. I will let you see the inside. It's just a really beautiful product and packaging I love. And I'm a package snob. I'm like, I just like it to look so cute, you know? Okay, but we're gonna go in right now after you wash your face, do a toner. This is the Ordinary glycolic acid. It has 7% and it is a toning solution. I actually use my toner now on my hand. I just put it on my hand, rub it together, and then I pat it on my face. And I love doing it that way now. I find that the cotton pad ends up leaving cotton residue on my face or my hands, and it kind of gets on my nerves. So I'm not really a huge fan of that. But I also love going in with this dark spot corrector, and it is a toner as well. So this is from O. Hendrickson, and it just feels and smells really good. It just, the smell of this brand, it's just lovely. So I do that as well, and I just put it all over. And I realize it's a dark spot corrector, so having that solution on the dark spots with the cotton pad sometimes is a little bit more effective, but I put it all over because anything that I can do to just like brighten my whole face is honestly goals. And then my face just feels nice right now. If I haven't exfoliated, then go in with an exfoliant. You want to use either an exfoliant pad, you want to use the Sonic brush that has some exfoliating power there, or like a microdermabrasion, or even a peel that you can use as well that has glycolic acid. It's going to like peel some of the dead skin off your face. So there's lots of different products that you can use for that, and I have lots of fun favorites. I'll have that on another video. But now we're going to go in with an oil from Ordinary, and this has squalene in it. Squalene is a really good ingredient to help boost the natural properties of moisture in your skin. And I just pat this all over. I am an oil freak. Like, I love an oil on my face, and it just feels so good. And sometimes I forget because it's so good that, oh my gosh, I didn't moisturize. Like, it just gives me that nice balance that my skin craves. The next thing you want to do when prepping your skin is go in with a moisturizer. Now, everything that I use, I do want to hit these products, but you really want to shop the certain product brand that is going to be best suited for your skin. So if you have more oily skin, normal to dry skin, severely dry skin, eczema, rosacea, you really want to be careful about okay, this brand I want to use because why, right? So, but I have gone in with this peptide boosting moisturizer from Ole Henriksen, and I'm just obsessed with it. This is probably the best moisturizer I've used in years, and I just scoop it with my finger and put it all over, and it feels lovely. Absolutely lovely, and it just glides on and it slides all around the face. Now, I do get up fairly early. I'm up at 6. We are in a new phase of life again where school is in session, so I find myself getting up and doing a lot of my skin prep for morning routine, but my makeup prep is very different than a morning prep. So really focus on, if I'm doing a full beat or I'm doing a natural glow, this is what my skin prep looks like. Every person is different, just like every outfit is different on that body, right? You just really want to hone in on, why do you love a brand? What are you looking for? What is your skin doing? What phase of life are you in? What is the balance you're trying to balance out, you know? So it's very, very customizable to the person. So the next thing we're going to use, with all that being said, is a lip balm. This is actually a sleeping mask, but I also love exfoliating my lips with the sugar scrub. That is my favorite. I love taking that on. Now again, I've already exfoliated and I've done all the things, so I'm just looking for hydration right now. So I just go in with my fingertip with the Laneige sleep mask. And you will find here on my channel, I share a lot of different brands and products. And it's not because I'm just, you know, I don't know, like not consistent with what I use. That's not the reason. I just find when I find something I love, check the box. I know it's a good brand. I know it's a good product. I will always come back to it. But then I try to pick up something new that I've read about, that I have experienced in some way, like heard about it, I've seen results from it, something, or I've experienced it in the store. And then I'm like, I'm ready to buy it, you know? So or I've had a sample, you know? I think that always gets me, is I love getting a little mini of the products. So really just have an open mind to skin prepping is definitely customizable, but remember how important it is and don't skip it. So the things that I do highlight and talk about, I want you to find for yourself. So sometimes just making a list of like, find a good cleanser, find a good toner, okay? Find a good serum for the skin that's gonna help you hydrate or do whatever your skin's looking for. Have a good moisturizer, have a good lip mask, you know, have an exfoliant. So you really want to hit those, and then find yourself going, this week I want to really shop around and look for cleansers, you know, and then you can go on down your list like that. So because if you do it all at one time, it can kind of be overwhelming. So give yourself some time and don't rush the process. The next thing I'm going to use, this is actually a sample of the Ole Henriksen eye cream. And I've actually really enjoyed it. I've used several eye creams throughout the years, but this one I'm kind of a fan favorite of right now. I don't know what it is. It's probably the smell again. It gets me. The packaging is really cute. I love it. And I use this and it has banana in it. So it is called, so you know, Banana Bright Eye Cream. And then I just kind of pat it all under my eyes, and we just want to get a good hydrate around the eyes, because when doing makeup, you want to give your skin time to absorb it, but really focus on every single part of your face. Lips, face, eyes, brows. You notice the serum went in my brows, and yeah, making sure like everything is check, check, check. Okay, so now that that is on my face, I'm going to go through a whole list with you guys. So that was in the importance of skin prepping that I wanted to really go down the line with you. And then we're going to go into foundation basics. But just remember, if you are having problems with your foundation lasting, your makeup lasting, nothing staying, things look blotchy, nothing sticking, then you really have to ask yourself, what am I not using? And then sometimes go through an elimination. So a lot of times when I've had clients in my chairs over the years, as I have been a makeup artist for over 17 years, I have noticed that I have so many clients that they use everything. So now we're going through an elimination because sometimes it's too much. Sometimes less is more in some cases, and some products you don't need every single day, and then some it might just be the brand. Something might be off with that brand for your skin type. So, you know, it really is, I hate it, but it's a puzzle that is always very unique to the person. Not all puzzles are the same. Do we know that, guys? Do we know that? All right, but anyways, we're gonna go ahead and dive right in. I love what I do full time with making content. I have really been digging into the analytics of my channel and always reading your comments and emails and messages and texts, and we communicate in all different types of ways. I also am an entrepreneur, so I have my own brand, my own product line, and I'm just very mindful of what you need. And y'all love my makeup videos. Like, anything I put out, I either notice you love it because you just want to support my channel, or you're just like, you know what, this actually is teaching me something. Girl, do more of that. So that's what we're diving into, is this whole like fun makeup series, and we're just gonna have a really good time with it. So now we're gonna dive into foundation basics and just understanding what you need for foundation. So I have picked out a new foundation to me, which I'm so happy about. This is from Polite Society, and it is one adorable packaging. It's like a little egg. It's so cute. Not only is it so cute, it is literally an awesome foundation. I am going to have an updated foundation sooner than later, and I am going to add this into the new little, you know, countdown of my favorites and the benefits and things, and add this into the mix because it is wonderful and great. But we're going to go ahead and just open this up, and I'm going to show you and talk to you about foundation oxidizing to your skin. It depends on the oils in your skin. So I want to just kind of make sure I'm explaining this in a way that's going to help you. But when foundation changes colors after it appears on the skin, making it look darker or more orange over time. Okay, that's what oxidizing is. I'm like, let me make sure I'm actually breaking that down in simple words. That's what it is. And so it either is going to darken, it's going to look orange. It's not going to match at all because it's been sitting on your skin for a minute. It's had time to actually get warmed up to your skin and the oils in your skin. And then you'll know, is this a foundation that's going to work for me? Is the color going to work for me? So we're going to just let this sit for a minute on my face, and we're going to continue to talk because I do want to prime my skin. When it comes to also not only the skin prep for skincare, but taking a primer to prime and set the face, it makes a huge difference. Some foundation primers feel very silicone-like. Some feel very mattifying. Some are like a silk satin shirt. So there are so many different textures to when it comes to primers, depending on what you need. If your skin is more shiny throughout the day and you just find that your skin just brings more oil, you need mattifying. If you just know already your skin's very dry, you need as much hydration as possible, do a very silkening primer, which I'm obsessed with. I will tell you though, I do not like the grippy, tacky primers. They drive me bananas. I love to have on a full beat. I love makeup like that, but I do not want to feel like my face is full beat. So it's definitely a big difference, but you can already see this is not changing color. What it is what it is. So even when I just rub it in like so, you can see how well this is matching my skin. Like, it is my skin color, and that is really what you want. I love this. I could walk into the store right now, someone could just be like, I can see that there's something on your face, but I can't see where it's stopping or starting. Like, look at that. It's so good. Love, 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 love. But I'm going to take this because I do want my primer on. I am going to take a little bit of that off. Just a little bit of that off. And we're going to go in with my Fenty primer. It is my favorite. During the summer, I like the matte solution because I do appear a little bit more shiny. Other than that, year round, I use the silk one. My skin feels like butter right now because of my skin prep. And this, I find, when it comes to the Fenty foundation primer, I don't find that my makeup beads at all. And this just really soaks into the skin. Another thing during your home makeup regimen is get a hand fan. I don't like the battery operated ones, and it's because they die. I don't like to charge every single thing that I use in my life. It's too exhausting. It makes me cringe, and I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it. So just take a little hand fan. This is a nice one that came from a friend of mine, but just like, just fan your face. Fan the face, and that feels really, really nice. I still have some of the foundation here on my hand. This one also is infused with some skincare, so that really makes the difference on why I think I like this foundation best. But it is niacinamide, willow bark, and hyaluronic acid. You also know that House Labs foundation is 10 out of 10. Mwah, so good, because it is infused with skincare as well. So we are going to go ahead and just take a good amount of this foundation, and we're going to just get the whole face beat to the gourds. Okay, so come back in 2 seconds when I have my whole face on. Now that the foundation's on, I'm just kind of damping a little bit just by fanning. It just kind of like takes a little bit of not feeling so wet on the product, you know. I don't know, it just feels good, and it makes it feel to me that it sets it in a little bit more. So anyways, it just feels really nice. So I love that. And this foundation also doesn't dry down like so fast. Like I'm just like, oh my gosh, I have to start adding more creams to my face or my face is gonna just feel like a big cake mess, you know, and it doesn't. So I like this. It feels really nice. I would definitely give this a try for sure. I'm in love with the foundation. So now that you've gotten through those steps and you've really figured out and curated what you enjoy, what you like, and you've gotten your match, another thing is check out the foundation videos on my channel. They will help you go find the right one in store, to know which one you want to test out in store, and then when you're there, instead of feeling overwhelmed by like 20 different brands of foundation, you'll be like, okay, I want to try these 5 and see if I can find my color using these and the method to go through. So I will link that at the top of the description so you can find that really easily. But yeah, that will help you 10 out of 10 have the best experience there. So now we're just going to go into common makeup issues. Like, these are major, y'all. I hear them all the time. Like, these are things you're asking on Google. These are just all over the board. These are things that women are like, okay, this is what's up, you know? So let's go into this. How to prevent your makeup from peeling is going to be the first one. And then how does my makeup smudge or fade? Like, what is actually making it do that? So we're going to just dive into this. So the peeling effect that you're noticing is how you're layering your makeup on your face in your skin prep. It's because a product did not absorb into the skin and have time to stick onto the skin. So as soon as you put it on, it has nothing to have that adhesive to, and it is just coming off. You have too much oil in your skin. It's not working at all. And yeah, you've kind of like messed up donezo with your routine. So start from scratch. I hate that, but if your makeup is lifting, take it off and start over. Also making sure that you have clean tools. You are going in with clean tools, because that will definitely make a huge difference if you're not having the best results that you need. But yeah, so that definitely is a big thing. So this also is talking about peeling can happen when products aren't layered correctly, which we just discussed. Discussing how to layer your skin prep and your makeup products to avoid mixing of the heavy creams and primers and foundations. So we definitely hit on all of that. But those are things that when women are sitting in my chair for those many years that I was a makeup artist, now I'm obviously very retired. So, and I use the word very because I'm very seriously retired. Like, some people try to get me come out of retirement. I'm not doing it, guys. I'm not doing it. But yeah, that really is a big problem and can be very, very frustrating. So my thing that I've always told you is that you want to practice your makeup, practice your routine, sit down wherever you do your makeup. Honestly, I like a very comfy spot. So if it is right here, like at my vanity, and I have really great lighting, perfect. It's if in your bathroom and you have a really great chair in there to sit down and enjoy your experience, do that. If it's at the dining room table or a spot on your floor where the sunlight is like epic, do that. find a spot, have all your makeup in front of you, have a towel, have a little cup of water, have things in front of you that are going to help you have a really great experience so you don't have to keep getting up and down. And then nail your routine. Make it solid. And that way, you know, whenever it is rush time to get your face together, you've done this routine over and over and over again. You feel very confident in how you're doing your makeup. That is the biggest tip I can give you, honestly. And that is what's helped me through the many, many years of experience with makeup. So now we're going to talk about, why does your makeup smudge or fade? This is also so frustrating for y'all. It is like the eyes end up making a big mess. So this was a frequently searched question regarding eyeliner and mascara. That's so funny because before even reading this, that's what I said to you, is your eyes. So we're going to highlight the tips on setting the makeup properly and using products suitable for different skin types to prevent the smudging and the fading. So when your eyes smudge, it's the oil in the product or it's the oil on your face. So really, you can use very low-end products and have really great results. You can use high-end products and have really great results. Or you can use low-end and have horrible results, high-end and have horrible results. So you really want to know how a product is going to do for you from testing it. So trial and error. Let me give you this tip before going into it. Before going to a drugstore, I would go to Ulta or Sephora. Most drugstore products you can find at Ulta. They have a whole drugstore section. So I would go those two stores first, Ulta or Sephora, before I went anywhere else. And let me tell you why. Because you might be cringing right now at me like, no girl, I don't like going there all the time. Let me tell you, you can take it back though. You can take it back though. That is what gets me every time. And I'm like, you know what though? I know they got it. So I'm cool with that. I'm going to get it. And if I don't like it, I'm going to return it. And I ain't going to have any problem doing it. So the one thing I bought and I never returned because I was obsessed with it was my eye primer. So priming your eyes with something that's going to allow your shadow to be its best self. You are painting. You're going into your painting best paint error season of your life. We are going to master how to get the best shadow look ever and how to make it stay. And this is what we're going to do. So you're going to, one, play with products. You're going to go purchase some things that may or may not have been a part of your makeup bag already. Unless you already have things that you know work for you, keep using them. And then have fun one day and be like, you know what, next month I want to buy something different that I can experiment with because I just want to try something new. Then I'm always supportive of that. Try something new, because sometimes when you get stuck in a rut, it gets very boring. So we have primed the eyes. You can see right now, I have on that primer all over. Ignore my nails because they need to be redone. But they are primed and they look really good. And they're a solid color. My eyelids have no weird pigment pulling from them that are different colors, no discoloration, because I have smoothed them out. Again, I only have on foundation and I have on my primer. I am going to make sure you know this. Your eyes will crease. There is no primer, there is no concealer that will not crease. Do you know why? Because where your eye creases, that product will crease, I promise you. So that obviously is very annoying to hear, but it does happen. You cannot stop a product from getting stuck in between two creases. It is hardly impossible. And as much prep and setting and spray that you use, it will still happen. Now, is it going to look cakey and nasty? Doesn't have to, because it's probably not the right formula if it's looking that way, or your layering process is off. So just be very cautious of that. What is it doing? Is it clumping? Is it just coming off? Does it look like you didn't put anything on? So there's a whole lot of questions in why it's doing the things. I always get very annoyed by when you go to the doctor's office and they have 1,000 questions for you and you're like, will you just solve my problem? And they're like, well, I have a lot of questions for you. Because that's how we're going to get to the bottom of it. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So it's the same thing with makeup and cosmetics. It is. It's the same exact thing. And I know makeup and cosmetics are basically the same thing. Skincare, cosmetics, whatever. Anyways, well, let's get into it. So we're going to go ahead and get a couple eyeshadow palettes out. Grab your favorite one that you love, that's your go-to, that has various shades from light to deepest. Let's get into that. and let's just start getting our shadow in place so we're not gonna have a mess today. So your eyes now, before you put any shadow on, take your finger right there and just grab where it's creasing and just pat it again. Just give it a good pat, and then you want to go ahead in with your shadow. So take your lightest one, and I want you to start highlighting the inner corner and then right above your brow. Whatever your favorite highlight is, even if it's shimmer or a matte, go ahead and do those two things. Those areas you want to keep as light as possible because that's going to allow your eye to appear bigger than it is and more awake, you know, and lively. So take it right in that inner corner and right under the brow. And as you can see, I'm using more of like a fatter all over brush. Then we're gonna go in with a brush that's more like bendable, it's fluffy. This is called a blending brush. We're gonna go in with a shade that's just like a good soft nude. Not too heavy, not too dark, but just something that's really soft. We're gonna pat it right where that brow bone is, and you're just gonna go back and forth over top of that brow bone. And then you are going to continue that same motion until you feel like you have the shadow layered, until you feel confident, right? Like you feel like, okay, that's the color I'm looking for. Now, then you want to go in and you want to just take it here and just brush it back and forth. Back and forth. And you see how I'm going up and down in that area? It's because I want that shadow to be blended really well. I don't want it to look very like starch, like, eek! I can see that dark brown line on your eye. So now we're gonna do the same thing to the other side. I'm just gonna pat it where we feel most confident with the shade. Got a little itch. And then we just want to keep doing that same motion. And then when we feel confident with the color, then you just want to take it back and forth around that area to soften the edges and just make it look very effortless. And then voila. Now you can continue this same thing. You can go into another shade that's a little bit deeper. You can go back into that same color. Whatever you want to do there until you have the desired color. Start with less is more concept, because if you go in too dark, it's hard to correct that versus adding a little bit more to give you a little bit more definition. A darker shadow as well is to give you a little bit of depth. It just really brings your eye together, you know, it just really does. So now wipe it out on a washcloth. I normally blow any excess color off of the palette itself, and then I just go in with another deeper shade. It just depends on what mood I'm in. And again, I like to go in less and then go in heavier more. Now I take it close to my lash line in that outer corner with the same fluffy brush, and I just get good little back and forth motion strokes in that lower corner. My eyelid is shut, and we're just going to brush it here until it seems and appears that it's smoothed, okay? I don't want it to look like this. That is not what we're going for, so you want to keep moving it. Make sure you have the proper brush in hand. I have a great brush set on my Amazon list. I swear to you, it's the ones I'm using. They are magical, absolutely magical. And then you just want to grab it here. And I'm like, okay, we have some definition. We're doing something. Wipe it out on a washcloth again. Go back and forth until you find it's blended and you like the blend of it. And then you can choose to go in with a deeper shade. Now I love to go in with something a little slanted and go in with a darker color. And I go in just a little bit and I get it really close to the lashes, close on the bottom, and then I do the same thing underneath, just like so. And I do this here as well, and I do the same thing over there. and I kind of just do that, and then I start blending it. I'll go back in with another controlled brush, maybe even that same brush, and I'll just like flip it over. I'll go back in that other brown that I did, and I just keep going back and forth with my browns. I am going to use a little bit of shimmer here, and just a little bit, not long, but I'm just going to go back and forth here until I feel really good about that. And this is the thing. You don't do your shadow to look like you've gotten punched in the eye. That's not the goal. The goal is to enhance your eye. So your eye, honestly, I do have more like shadow videos. Like if you just want a close up applying shadow, then definitely. And I have some coming down the pipeline as well. But you don't want to look like you got punched in the eye. Now, I might look like that right now, but we're going to fix that. And then you just want to now go back in with that blender brush and then soften that up. This is what I mean by sitting and playing in your makeup, is that you just want to learn. Try something different and be like, did that work for me though? You know? And 9 times out of 10, it probably will be just fine, but you just need to, you know, perfect it. So now I'm going to go in with my Anastasia. That was my Skin by Kim's. If you're wondering, that palette I was using, any nude palette that I pull up like this, it's hers, and it's gorgeous. I'm going to go in now with a really beautiful, like bronzy fire color, this is called, and I'm just going to take it right in the inner, like center corner of, I don't even know what I'm saying. It's not a corner. It is the center of my eyelid. And I'm just going to take it right there, and I'm going to play off of that. And you can see I keep taking my brush down on a washcloth because that helps me just not have a thick mess. But do you see how I just like soften those edges? And it's just so stinking good. And this color blends. The shadows that I've used today are like butter. So you've got to invest in good shadow palettes. If you do not have a good shadow palette and you're not getting the best results with your shadow, that is probably why. But you can see a little bit of that beautiful like gold amber tone right there, and oh, it is stunning. I'm obsessed with that. So the next thing we're going to do is just finish up the eyes, plate them up with liner and mascara, and have them come together. But you can see this is before brows, before concealer, before the final finished touch. And honestly, that was like just a handful, less than a handful of shadows that I just did on my eyes. So we're going to go ahead now and find our eyeliners, brow products, and mascaras that we want to use. So go ahead and grab yours, and then we're going to finish up our eyes. I know I need to do concealer and powder and all the things, but I feel like while we're on eyes, let's just continue the eye process. I have taken a cotton ball. I think that that is really something that gets looked over, is that your foundation and different products and serums get caught in the hairs of your brows. And if that is the case, then taking, even you can just see a little bit of makeup came off of my brows. That will make a difference on how your brow product stays on. So go ahead, wipe out your brows, get that done, and then complete your brows. I personally love a brow blade because I have really crazy brows naturally, but I have gotten them microbladed. I have a video on my channel about microblading and the results that I've had with that, and they've been awesome. And then I also have, you know, products and stuff that I just use to frame my brows. But now at this stage in my life, I just take a really great brow blade and run it through my brow hair to just enhance like what's going on with my brows. And I love that. A lot of times it's not about creating this thick, awesome brow. It's just enhance what you have. And a blade does that. This is one from Urban Decay, and it's really, really nice. I use dark drapes as my color, but my hair naturally is just like a really nice brunette. So it's not like black brunette. It's not like a light brown. It's just like a good brown, you know, just a good brown, dark brown hair color. So this dark drapes is a really good one for that. So I just take that in my brows and just really play around with those. We are going to have a video on my channel, more recent, that is going to be kind of in this whole series, and that's going to help with all types of stuff, but we're gonna hit on the brows for sure. So if you're looking for a video like that, I have some already that exist, so check the description out so you can get them fast and quick. But if you're looking for something more updated because you've seen all my videos or what have you, then that is coming up the pipeline. So just be on the lookout for that one. So there we go with that Urban Decay product. I love it, Dark Drapes. And now we're going to go in with a color that is a dark brown, and this is from Huda Beauty, and I love tight lining. Tight lining is just a thing that, man, I think gets looked over a lot, but it makes your lashes so naturally long that it just makes them so pretty and stand out. So doing them underneath the lash really is nice. Now we're only gonna do a little bit of mascara on the top. I'm going to go in with a new mascara, Polite Society. These are some new products in my makeup bag, and I am very obsessed with them. They are really good, and I'm just playing around and having a good time with them, and I can't wait to showcase them more. I like that mascara a lot. Pretty, makes them very, very long. Everything just fell. That's exciting. Okay, so now that that's on, we're going to go ahead and dive into your makeup essentials and just making sure you really have the things that make a difference. So if I just left right now with this look and I finished and I powdered, I would just look weird. Something would be off. You may not be able to pinpoint what it would be if you are not a makeup artist or a makeup enthusiast, but you would definitely know that something was off. And it's because I look very flat. So to complete your look, it's going to be about concealer and contouring and highlighting. So we're going to go in now with a lighter concealer, and we are going to just highlight right here in the inner part of the nose, right here in the outer part of the eye, down the tip of the nose, right in the middle of the upper brow, and right on the chin. Now we're going to go in with a darker concealer that matches my skin tone into the areas that just you feel like need a little bit more coverage. So I just did that there. I have two spots that bother me, so I just did that there. Now we're going to go in with a contour. I'm going to go in with mine of choice, which is Fenty Beauty in Mocha. We're going to take it right here on that cheekbone and come down. Now I'm just going to do some contouring. I'm not going to really break it all down. That will also be in an upcoming video of like how to for this series. I find that sometimes we keep getting out of the basics, you know, and I'm like, okay, we need to get back to it, because a lot of times your makeup bag needs a whole overhaul. You need an overhaul on how you have been applying your makeup. So yeah, definitely makes a difference. Now we're going to go in with a bronzing stick. This is from Rare Beauty, and add a little bit of warmth to the face. So just a little bit of warmth on the cheekbones, a little bit down the nose, some right there, and just a little bit here on the forehead, and just add some warmth. Like I just kind of was sun-kissed by the sun. There's some warmth. We like that. So now the next thing is to make sure that you are setting everything. The main problem of your makeup fading, not staying, smudging is the setting process. So I'm going to go in with two different powders and just kind of talk about my experience with them. So I have one that's pressed, which I'm probably not going to use today, but this is my pressed. This is from Charlotte Tilbury, and I do like it. It's very good. This is the flawless airbrushed one, and I love it actually a lot. And then I have my Laura Mercier, the translucent, which I have not found that I have any issues with this whatsoever. I find that I can powder and cream over this, and I just don't have a problem with the pickup process of the product. Then I just recently got Polite Society. I noticed when I used this the first time that it was thick. It was so thick that I felt like it was picking up my product. So, and I don't love that. I did not actually have a great experience with this my first try, but I did put it on with my, with a sponge like this. So, I'm like, now why am I losing names of what this is called? I don't even know. But anyways, that's what I put it on with first. And I was like, well, maybe that's what it was. So I'm going to go in today with a powder and actually see what we think about that. And I'm just going to take it and dust it. Now this, if you do have my same brush set, it is W05. And I'm just going to take a little bit here. This is the translucent. There's no color to it. And I'm just going to take it and pat it right in the inside. Okay, now I don't mind it. I actually don't mind it now. That worked really well. I think it may have been that I had, I want to call this a blender. It's not a freaking blender. And it's not a sponge. It has a name. But anyways, I am going to say the reason I didn't like this is because this one was already dirty. And I used it and I was like, maybe it was just too much of my other products in with it. But I don't know what it was, but I just didn't like it. And I blamed it on the product. Then I blamed it on the applicator. Then I blamed it on myself. And then I was like, I'll just try it again before I make it a really rash decision here. Now we're going to take this one underneath the eyes. The marketing behind the, I actually like it. Okay, weird. The marketing behind this product is to create a poreless finish. And don't breathe it. Don't inhale it. And to have a poreless finish is goals. Like, hello. I like it. I like it now. I did not like it the other day. That's funny. And I did it on a live. If y'all ever want to watch live content from me, then you have to become a member in my community. And then I go live there. So but I like that. I'm doing this to get the powder out of my lungs, which I've already inhaled it. But my glory, don't do that. It is the safe powder because it's talc free, so that's good. But I inhaled it. Okay. I just set under my eyes, right on my chin, and right in the center. And then everything left, personally, everything left on my brush is enough for me to dust everywhere else and feel like I'm getting a good set. You know, because one, I've already told y'all, my skin is dry. So if I do too much powder, I am going to look like a cotton ball. That's not the goal that I'm trying to ever go for. So now that we've done that and you feel like, okay, I've got the concept. Sometimes even when you're sitting down and playing with your makeup, try things because you know it's going to screw up just to see how it feels and looks. To have the experience and the PTSD experience. You're like, I ain't doing that again. I'm probably never going to use this with Polite Society again because it's very triggering. I'm like, oh no, it's going to happen again. So play with things and try things for it to mess up and see what happens. But right now, my face is all together and it feels really good. Actually, don't feel like I have a lot of makeup on at all. I feel something's there, but not much at all. And now I'm just going in to perfect. So now that we've done this, we're going to go through the everyday essentials. Every single day, you want to make sure you're doing your skin prep and you want to have like a blush and a highlighter, a BB cream, a CC cream, something like that, a setting powder just to kind of set and make it stay, a little mascara and lips. So now the essentials for this look is blush, a little bit more bronzer just to complete, because you can do that cream bronzer, but sometimes I like to set it with the powder over top of what I just did to enhance it a little bit more, in some lips, and finish up the mascara on the bottom. And then voila, your face is done. So that's what we're going to do now. I personally like to go in with a bronzer before I do my blush, depending on if it's a cream or not. But I'm going to go in with that now. And I go in with more fluffier brush. And so just like so, I take it and I just like really fluff it. Just like the sun would. Hit me really nice in these areas. High cheekbones. You can already see that warmth coming in. This is, I love, this is from Fenty. This is a warmth bronzer. So there's not like, it's not bronzer now. It's not just like gonna make you look dirty. It's a warmth one. It just brings a little bit of that depth to your face. It's not crazy, and I'm obsessed with that. I am gonna take the Polite Society again. I am gonna go in with my blender, and I just want to take it right here. If we can make that pop a little bit, chisels me in and a little bit around the mouth. Okay, now you can go with the powder. We're gonna powder today with our blush. We are gonna do another video that is gonna be in this series. I keep saying that because I'm so excited. But we're gonna do the Anastasia Beverly Hills. I have these two blushes here that are golden and gorgeous. Just a little bit. Just like so. Okay, that was a lot on that side. Maybe too much. Right into the hairline, maybe get a little swirl. See if we can soften that up. Soften that here. Okay. So you see how that just gave a little bit of snatched. More mascara under the bottom, especially since we already set that with that powder. That cheek color makes my eyes look so light. How did that just do that? Oh, word. Gonna do a pretty nude. We'll do a little bit of the deeper color here. A little bit of the lighter one. These are the Kylie Lip Kit colors. You know what I do love though, and I pulled this out to do, I just now remembered, but also from Polite Society. I'm gonna go get a couple more in this because she does have more that are like a brown nude tone. This is pink, and for today's look I was like, I'm just not feeling the pink. So, but this is really pretty. I actually love Kylie's lip kits. Now we're gonna go in and we are gonna set the face with the Rare Beauty setting spray. This is a 4-in-1, so you can use this pre-makeup, without makeup, after makeup, however you wanna use it. It also doesn't make me feel like I wanna choke, so that's lovely. Clips are so cute and everything. They're on my Amazon list. The staying power of this is really good. It's not too thick, it's not too heavy, it doesn't feel like anything's on my face. It just feels really nice. And I don't feel too made up, but I feel together that I'm like, okay, I'm into it. And I want to repeat this look over and over and over again. So that is kind of why the basic, like having that is going to take you really far. So then when you want to expand out of that, you can do different shadow colors. You can do different things with your cheeks and contours and lips and all that, because you know, you got the basic down pat. This is the beginning, you know, and then you can kind of do less or you can do more. You got your basics. So I am thankful that you were here. Hit that subscribe button if you have not done that already, because honestly here on my channel I just focus on beauty and all the beauty secrets and the makeup trends and makeup know-hows and all the things that you want to be able to master when it comes to cosmetics and makeup, what's new out there and the dupes and just all the fun things. I love bringing that to you from my just personal experiences, being my authentic self, and I've been in the beauty industry for many, many years, and it's just really, really fun for me. So I enjoy this. Thank you for supporting my channel with you subscribing, liking this video, and leaving me a comment. That allows me to be able to do this more and more full time. So I thank you for allowing me to have this space. Support my business if you want to check out more products at amberlykins.com, and I cannot wait to see you in the next upload. Again, thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time. I love this stuff. Like, it is magical. It also works better when you have a clean beauty blender, and it just looks like my face. Like, it doesn't look weird. You can't see like, oh my gosh, I can see all of my makeup. No, you can't, and I just love it so much.